Hey everybody, it's Tim. It's time for another episode of Pool Time with Tim. I'm Tim, your host here in the pool from Siem Reap, Cambodia at the Star Bar, February 8th, 2024. Boy, it's been a long time since I've done a Pool Time with Tim. Maybe 4 months, 5 months, no, maybe 6 months. But a lot's been going on. A lot of good stuff, and things are looking up and looking better. We went back home to the U.S. In October, and that was really, really fun. And it was amazing because we got to see so many people. I had my 40th high school class reunion at the same time that we were visiting, and I went to that with Sita, and it was really, really fun. Everybody is just so much the same, just a little older. And it was really interesting how I would remember people. It would just pop in my head because I don't have a good memory at all, especially these days. And it was unique in that, or not unique, it was interesting in that I would recognize people by their voices, and then their name would pop in my head. Like, I hear this voice behind me, and he goes, "Hey, Tim." And immediately in my head was Scott Schwingler. I turn around, there's Scott Schwingler. And that bastard looks exactly the same. He hasn't aged a bit. So it was really great seeing everybody, and everybody just seemed really happy and seemed pretty well. Even after COVID and after, the struggles, we heard a lot of really interesting stories, really fascinating stories about how people got through COVID and the life changes. And now that we're at this older age, pushing 60, a lot of people taking care of their folks in that. And it was just fascinating and heartwarming and really fun to see everybody. And one thing that was really interesting was I graduated with a class of 700 and 700 something. And there's not only, but there was 87 people at this 40th reunion. And it was pretty mind-blowing how many of them, kind of all of them, it seemed like it, and I wasn't drinking that much, but it seemed like it. They all said, "Yeah, I watched your Pool Time with Tim all through COVID." And it was really, really interesting and fun, and the reaction, I was kind of overwhelmed. It was like, wow, this is crazy. I had nothing to do here in Siem Reap. Everything was moving so slow, no tourists, everything's closed, and I got a pool and plenty of time, and I get gabbing on Facebook, and the next thing you know, people are saying, "Oh yeah, I watched it, really, I couldn't wait for the next one, it really lifted my spirits." And it just goes to show you that bullshit is worth a lot. I'm drinking a Mama coffee. This is Mama coffee. And it's iced latte they put that condensed milk, and it's 3,000 real, which is 75 cents. Drinking a big iced Mama coffee. So that was really, really fun. And then we spent some time in Los Angeles, and we stayed with our friend Nick and Jenna, and bless their hearts. They were great hosts. And when we first got there in the morning, Nick says, "How about I just cook up some eggs and bacon and with coffee, and we'll just have, breakfast here?" And we're like, "Oh, yeah, that's great." So we're eating our eggs and chowing down our toast and drinking our coffee. And Nick goes, "Hey, look at you two. You just saved $45. And we laughed, and we were like, "Oh, yeah. And we had heard that things were expensive. And then the next day we went out for breakfast, and it was $45 for something like eggs and hash browns and coffee and bacon. So that was a shocker. LA was crazy expensive, but it was really fun because it just reminds me why I love LA. Everybody just will agree it's the weather, and it's so big, and there's so many cool neighborhoods. And I remember when I lived there, I had my great neighborhood, and after I'd get home from work, you just stay in your hood. If you like it, it's great. You got your local hangs. LA's a wonderful place. We got to see everybody in there. Got to see John Moore. I'm going to be missing a bunch of names. Nick threw a cocktail party in the backyard, and that was super fun. And that was pretty much everybody from Minnesota. And once again, everybody's the same, just a little bit older, still fun, still, that whole crowd everybody is super funny and super positive. So, well, yeah, well, positive. Well, we all got our days. So LA was fun, and then we went to Minneapolis, and it was October, so we planned it just right because the first 3/4 of our trip, it was nice weather, really nice fall weather, and stayed with our buddy Chosi and his wife Nana in St. Louis Park, and went up to Uptown. That was a bit depressing. Went to the CC Club. That was fun. It hasn't changed. That was glorious. But the neighborhood's changed, not for the better. But got to see my siblings and went up to my sister Joanne's house, and she's got literally a babbling brook in her backyard, and the water's really clean. And I was just dying to live there, and I'd just be down in that brook all the time. I'd just be sitting in it with clear water running by. And I said, "Where does this water come from?" "Oh, it comes from a spring or a lake or something, spring-fed lake." And, living in Asia, we don't have clear water very often, and, muddy rivers and muddy ponds and lakes, and that's just the way it is here. And you can sit on their deck and you can hear the water babbling. I'm like, oh, this is like heaven. So that was fun. And Joanne and Steve have a great place up there. And saw my sister Cheryl, my sister Jack, whose nickname is Tiny, but he's about my size. He's not so tiny. So family, friends in Minneapolis, it was great. Prices were better in Minneapolis. Prices were really good at Hoagie's in Hopkins, Minnesota. Go there. It's like you're in 1997 prices. Like 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, coffee. Oh, and then when they bring the coffee, they bring the big thermos. The giant thermos, and they just clunk it down. And I had forgot about that. I'm like, what's going on with this? Is that hot water? That's how Asianized I am, Is that hot water or is that tea? No, that's a full mega carafe thermos thing of coffee they just leave at your table. And it was like $7. I'm like, right on. And when we went there, we had to wait. It was packed, so word was out that you could actually go and get reasonably priced food. Families were in there, and I'm like, yeah, right on. This is great. Got to see my old house in Hopkins, so great trip. Really good trip. And the highlight was that 40-year anniversary where everybody had seen Pool Time with Tim. So I guess, COVID was not so bad, and it was worth something, I guess, to hop in the pool and start blabbering. So here in Siem Reap, tourists are back, not to the levels that we need, but it's back. We started a new tour company called Siem Reap Trailer Tours, and maybe some of you have seen the video I've posted. It's a great big trailer that can seat about 18 people, and it has a bar on it, and we go really slow, and it's a sightseeing trailer. And so we drag people around through the rice fields, and we drink craft beer or wine, and then we go out on the lake, the Tonle Sap Lake, and then we go to a nice sunset place, and we drink some more wine and have some dinner and watch the sun go down over the rice fields. So that's kind of more the business model that I wanted when I came here. When I came here, I wanted to do a dinner theater comedy show for the tourists and sell tickets and have people come in and, give them some food, give them a buffet, give them a bunch of really high-octane drinks, get them laughing, and then bye-bye. See you later. But I didn't get that business model going because of COVID, and then we ran a bar and a hotel for 5 years, and so not really what we wanted. So we decided to close the bar down, and so now in the last month we've been packing up, and it's really fun and interesting because you're pulling stuff out going, oh yeah, I remember this. And it also makes me look back at how many special events we did where, building props and building banners and this type of thing. So now our days are completely free to work on the tour company. And then also we purchased a house. And so it's a house that's built perfectly for our tour company because my trailer's huge and we pull it with a Toyota Tacoma truck. And our house has this huge front area that's all covered it's like an airplane hangar. So we lay down cement, got it all cemented, and we got the truck and the trailer in there, and I'm working on the trailer. And now we're remodeling the house, which is first time I've ever remodeled a house, and remodeling it with Kamai workers, construction guys, and so we're learning a lot. Sita's really done a great job. She takes the brunt of it because she speaks Kamai, and so she's got to communicate with the guys, and she's got to be on them, and so yeah, it's a heavy load, and she's done a great job. So yeah, we've shifted all that time from the bar and the hotel over to the tour and the remodel, and we're quite excited because now we don't have anything kind of keeping us here. If we want to, we can just go, all right, we're taking a month off, and we just lock everything and go. Nothing's keeping us. Although Sita wants to get 2 cats, I'm like, 2 cats? Can we leave cats? Can we just put a big bowl of food out? Before we had the bar keeping us here and not being able to go anywhere and keeping us hostage. Are those cats going to do the same thing? I don't know. They'll be outside cats, and they're Cambodia cats, so I guess you can just leave them. You can leave them anywhere. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a wild ride, 5 years here at Star Bar. It's been fun. We've made so many great friends. I've learned so much. I got to do it is the big thing. So many people don't get to do anything, and I came to Cambodia and opened a bar, hotel, and ran it for 5 years, and it's been all good. It's been difficult sometimes, but all good. So yeah, we're moving on. So cats, you can leave a big bowl out, but only for like 4 days. Dan Metters over there in South Korea, living the high life, is cat savvy. Yeah. Well, 4 days. We can have a friend come over, check on them. How come we can't leave an even bigger bowl for like 2 weeks? I don't know. Chelsea's watching. How's it going, Chelsea? Jeez. It's 2 o'clock here. Why are you up, Chelsea? Are you that old that you're going to sleep at 7 and you're waking up at 2? Oh, Dan Metter says they go crazy. Cats go crazy if you leave them more than 4 days. This is true. What if you got one of those promotional things, the flippy floppy guy that a fan blows up and then the guy's arms flop around out in front of a business? What if you put one of those in there where the cats feel like someone was home? That's maybe even not such a bad idea. So I guess that's about it. I don't think I'm missing anything. COVID was great. Closing the bar. Bought the house. Remodeling. Starting the tour company. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, Chelsea, you're in the Seoul airport. That makes sense. Chelsea must be visiting Nana's mom in the Philippines. Well, they opened a great big airport here, like an hour out of town, which is insane. And we were promised that there'd be all these flights coming in internationally, and there's not. Not even the Chinese have come back. There wasn't one Chinese flight last night, so that's ridiculous. What else? I don't know. I think that's it. It's still. One thing I gotta say. You know how they there's tax shelters. There's that term. It's a tax shelter. Some entity or business or fund or investment that you put your money in, and it shelters you from the taxes. I think that Cambodia is a price shelter. because when I came back from the States and I went to order lunch online, and there's this place in town called Ptwt, and you can get like pad thai, chicken pad thai, with a bottle of water, and spicy beef fried rice in a bottle of water for $4, $2 each, and a 30 cents delivery charge. So $4.30, you get these 2 big styrofoam containers of this food. And I was like, holy cow. I mean, I knew it was cheap here, but I just, after getting back from the States, I was like, oh my God, this is glorious. I'm never leaving. This is a price shelter. I can actually make my money stretch really, really far. Dan Metters says, people on my subway train are confused why I'm watching The Naked White Man. Just tell them I'm a celebrity. It's a new reality show. All right, well, I think that's it. John Connell, Pool Time Tim with Tim, iconic. Well, thank you, John. John's been very nice and supportive of us here at Star Bar. And John also was one of the people that said he was home during COVID and he would look forward to watching Pool Time with Tim. So that's nice to hear. All right, well, that's it from Siem Reap. I was just going to say California. Siem Reap, Cambodia. And this may be the last Pool Time with Tim. I'm thinking of other ways I can do a different version of Pool Time, like Pool Time bathroom time, shower time with Tim. No, that's creepy. Living room time, that's boring. Trailer time? I don't know, maybe. Well, there'll be some kind of incarnation of Pool Time with Tim coming if once things get settled and I figure things out. So I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope inflation isn't driving you too crazy, and I hope life is getting better. And I hope you wake up in the morning with hope. And I hope you wake up with a hop in your step and a whistle in your mouth and a belly full of coffee and maybe a donut. All right, that's it. Pool Time with Tim is out. I got to keep packing and moving and keep moving forward because motion is glorious. Bye-bye.